Well, here we are. Here we are again. We've driven by this Casey's like 4 times this season already. But heading north to South Dakota. We get asked all the time, how do you kill so many big bucks? Fueled by Casey's, baby. Actually, we never get asked that, but we do drink a lot of Casey's coffee, so we're gonna coffee up, get some ice, and we've got about an hour 15 left in the drive to get to an actually private permission piece that I have. I sent a handful of letters out in South Dakota about a couple months ago, and had a couple people get back to me. So we got some private land we can hunt, got some public land we can hunt right next to it, so we got a bunch of different options. I'll tell you one thing I've learned. I gotta make sure I have my receipts. Otherwise, Tom's gonna come looking for me because he's the money guy. He's gotta have his receipts. What you go with? That's for you, man. Huh. Thanks. Couple deer behind those trees back there. I'm not sure. Well, Nate decided it's finally time for an interview. Spotted, well, no.
I've been kind of picky this morning about my filming, gotta be honest.
Well, you just told me how to interview, so let's just both chill out a little bit. We're in South Dakota, one of our favorite places. You know, the day of door knocking, like a lot of people think like it's past, but you can still find a couple good gems. This was a letter permission that Nate got. He sent out, I don't know, how many letters would you say? 50?
No, 20.
20. And this guy, he runs a little pheasant operation, but doesn't really mess around with archery deer. So he was cool with us coming out here and doing that. So, I mean, he's got good food. We've already seen a shooter whitetail. Just spotted a shooter muley as well in the hills. So should have some opportunity this trip. Of course, we've kind of like sandwiched ourselves into a 3-day trip because there's Kansas cold front hitting in a couple days that we want to be down there for. But we're going to hopefully make decently quick work here if we can get on some deer. But yeah, 1,000 yards away. Used the compass rangefinder mode on onX and kind of marked a rough pin. They spooked it from something behind them and were running our way. But we kind of got to work around a corner and then we can cut at them. Maybe we'll relocate them, maybe we won't, but it's a beautiful country out here. Well, we don't know where we're going, so trick question. I think to the fence line edge, I think like 400 yards. Not a lot to update you on, but no, couldn't relocate those deer. I'm sure we were actually pretty close to them, but spooking them is not exactly what we want to do. So I think we're gonna get back. I mean, it's dang near 11 already. Get back, eat lunch, grab some trail cameras that we had on some public nearby, And then probably game plan for what we're doing this evening. Probably whitetails this evening, because it just seems with muleys, like, they just get up later. So whitetails, you actually have more of a shot at making a game plan. So good morning, though.
Talk to people about a ride.
This landowner has been super great. He offered up his side-by-side because he said the deer just don't spook with it. Like, I guess a lot less than like if we were to drive our pickup back here. Also a little bit less of a fire risk. So yeah, he's been more than accommodating.
Give me a little something.
All right, you guys. Just had a little bit of time to kill after kind of a little bit of a scout mission, but we've elected to hunt this alfalfa where we came earlier. Spooked some deer, saw some fresh sign. Super obvious. I mean, there's one spot they're coming out of. The alfalfa's not like super green, but there are some pockets of good alfalfa. So this is, looking at the weather, this might be the only evening we can hunt this field. Landowner says that people shoot deer here all the time. In the past, they used to at least. So we're gonna give it a go. It's kind of like an all or nothing set in our opinion. Like, that's the only reluctancy probably, is we just, like, we're gonna be set up where we can see just a little bit around us and only have a few options. But I think it's the play tonight, so we're gonna get out there a little early. They're a little chaotic, not in a good way. I mean, every doe that has come out has been onto something. We're not sure if they were smelling our feet from going over there earlier today, or if they're seeing us. We think they're catching us. So at 6 days, we decided to really batten down our hatches. And we have an actual fort now. So, I mean, we had deer blowing left and right, but we're gonna hopefully prove that that doesn't matter. That those bucks are still gonna stick to their plan. Oh, we got oil.
Go for it.
What do you want?
Just
We
recap.
failed in epic proportions tonight. No, we did get blown at by 4 different deer. Just, I mean, all angles, really. I think, first off, they were seeing us early on. Our second go at the shelter definitely helped. We had a 2-year-old
The
buck.
shelter, the blind.
We had a 2-year-old buck do the thing, like, kind of perfect, honestly. But then he walked away and blew at us.
It's waiting for the morning.
Not sure what the plan in the morning is. Nate, I can tell, definitely doesn't want to chase muleys. So
I'm open to that spot for sure.
I don't know. It's tough. I don't want to feel restricted. I feel like I feel restricted on this piece, and I also feel restricted on our time. So I'm trying not to think that way. I want an encounter. I want a good encounter. I want the arrow knocked. But we'll see what happens in the morning. Low winds, not ideal. Cut. Are Alright, you guys. Morning 2 in South Dakota. We're actually posted up on public this morning. Me and Nate are split up. We're just trying to find a shooter buck with our limited time. It's just all about finding them. So I'm on one of my favorite knobs in the world. Just waiting to see a big buck. Nate saw one after he dropped me off. He spotted a good buck coming out of what's behind me. My wind is heading that way, so I'd imagine I bumped him. It could have also been coincidence, but it was a nice buck. So hopefully he either circles back in here or I see another couple shooters back in here. But Nate's driving around trying to find me a buck to shoot as well. So hopefully one of us turns one up. All right, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Never saw a buck. Saw muley and whitetail does. So Nate spotted 3 young bucks behind me. I wonder if that big one that he saw earlier was with them. But he hasn't spotted anything to chase either. So we're going to regroup and go over our options, I guess. It's always disappointing getting through a morning and not having anything to go after. Like, you kind of need that to hunt throughout the day at this point. So, but we'll come up with something. Gosh, dude, it felt cold this morning. I mean, maybe because I was just sitting in the same spot, but man, it gets cold. So how old were those guys? Early 20s, I bet. Just awkward. Yeah. Quiet. What camera were they wearing?
Just the type of people that like they're gonna drive by me, park not far away. Just like get out and then like I pull up behind them and like they still don't come on. It's like,
Word.
Just doing what I always do. Cooking. Not the morning we wanted. I mean, plain and simple. It's never a good thing when you don't have anything to go after. But Nate did get more private land permission that we thought we could get when we were out here. It was just the guy that a little hesitant because of fire risk, but we told him we'd walk all over, and he gave us a yes. So we haven't decided what our play is tonight. Obviously, we have options, but still constricted on time. Let's go find them. Yeah, you could very easily get down to that field edge. Like if they're working a fence in that hayfield, like it's game over. Because you got those cuts that come right up to that. I think it's gonna work. See the bottom below us and also see the hills pretty well. So we'll see what wants to show up. Alright, you guys, it's been a pretty good evening, and Nate glassed up a shooter whitetail, we think, over in here. It disappeared for like 30 minutes, but we just found him again. He's working this way. So our wind's good. We're gonna try to get in this creek bottom that we think they're working. Been a good evening. We've seen probably like 40, 50 deer, both muleys and whitetails. I'm just gonna keep going at them safely. For sure. I mean, I think we keep these trees in between us. Yeah, there's one right there. I think it's gonna come down to whether or not they want to use this drainage towards us or away. Just stay behind me. See one. Oh, yeah. Hey, right, I think he's right here. I think I need to do another step. Hey, right there. I think I'll be able to maybe get a shot. He's gonna cross right down here. You got the one looking at us. Do you have the one looking at us, Nate? Bob. Yep. Oh shit, there's no. Yeah. Give me an arrow. I can't get a range is the issue. I think he's 40. I think he's 40. Got him. I think I drilled him, dude. That was a drill.
Did you kill him?
I drilled him, dude. I saw it fall in there. Tell me it didn't happen. Tell me it didn't happen. I tried to just take a walking shot on that one. Did you get him? If it's where I think it is, there's gonna be a pass through, right? Dude, he was running like he got hard shot. He was like kind of tripping. We should go look before it gets too dark. Still running. I mean, it's either a hard shot or I missed him. But that did not sound like a missed deer. We're not saying there's a dead deer yet. This grass, I couldn't get a range to save my life. Just as I was gonna squeeze one off, the buck started trotting down, and he took all but 2 bucks with him. I thought one deer was like beginning to stop, so I let it go. I shot, he kept going, so I shot behind him. I also didn't have a range. But there's, I think, maybe the biggest of the bucks stood there staring at us. Again, I couldn't range, but I just estimated 40 yards.
I hit your range.
But did you range?
Did you not hear me?
No, what'd you say?
I said 40. I said 38.
Oh, good. Well, I guess 40.
Oh, is that what you said? Is that what you thought? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said I'm going to do 40.
No, when you said I don't have range, I pulled out.
Oh, you got him. I thought you couldn't get.
38, so
When I
it's
looked
shoot
at you,
40.
I thought you were like, I thought you came like, I don't want my rangefinder to look.
Let's go see.
It sounded good. Let's go see if there's blood. I'm like, we heard what we thought was impact. So it's either hard or a miss.
Possibly a crashing bug.
Yeah, possibly. Come on, red arrow over there. Come on, Lord. I mean, he was standing in this vicinity, was he not? Yeah, dude, those are bubbles. Oh yeah, dude, he's spraying. I got an arrow with bubbles. Found the arrow right here. It's got bubbles in it. I mean, it's covered, I think.
I mean, that's covered.
That's covered. I'm feeling good. But there's no buck in hand yet, so. Let's see here. See, I thought I heard the crash on this other side, but blood there. Yards. Do we want to just break this woods? I mean, there's bubbles on here. Do we want to just break? Do we want to just do the 15 yards to the edge? I can't find the blood going up. Okay. Yeah, he's dead. Jeez. Oh man, I got lucky with that shot. Forward and low. I must have just hit heart. Just nicked it. Holy smokes, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That blood. This is just like this is the representation of a South Dakota whitetail. Like at least what we see, like just eights. Just eights all the time. Just a solid buck. I mean, there were 3 other probably bucks I would have shot in that group, and I think they just all looked like this. Like, that's amazing.
I think is older than the one you're gonna initially shoot.
Yeah,
I think it's probably 41.
his body looks decent. Yeah. Super happy. Got it done somehow. Our limited time, end of day 2. Well, you guys, tonight was hectic. Figuring out where we were going to hunt was a difficulty, but we elected to come on this big piece that we got permission to today. And we basically started seeing deer right away. We knew we wanted to see a little draw below us for whitetails, and then we were able to look up into the hills for muleys. Never actually did see a muley buck. Saw plenty of muley does, and then saw this group of bucks. We initially just saw one. He hid for 20, 30 minutes and popped out again with a bunch of others. And I mean, it worked perfect. Like, our plan worked perfect. We were able to get to him in time. Honestly, we were bumping cows throughout this, and that probably helped us get close sound-wise. I don't think we could have done it without that noise of them kind of jogging away from us and mooing. So, almost took a shot on the lead of the group. He, as soon as I was about to shoot, he fell down into that creek. Then a lot of them kept jogging past. This guy, for whatever reason, wanted to give me another second, and he did.
You let us grab an arrow.
Yeah.
You let us grab an arrow, and you didn't do it.
Yeah, I was just waiting for him to just run away and break my heart, but just thrilled. I mean, this is my first South Dakota buck, so I mean, very happy. Just like I said earlier, just a solid, like, just representation of, like, so much of what we see here on the public and permission. I mean, just your typical buck. I mean, there's studs out here, but they don't make them quite like south of us. So, but just thrilled. I mean, timing is amazing. Being able to kill this deer now and hopefully get home for a rutting 80 down there. Not quite rutting, but an amazing cold front coming up. So, guys got it cleaned up. Let's get on back, cook some steaks, and hit the hay. Got more bucks to kill and more beer to drink.